Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you that do not know me, I'm Megan with Maddie Bugs Creations. Today I have a special guest with me.
My name is Maddie.
And she's been dying to tell you guys something ever since I started this YouTube channel.
Hit the notifications and the subscribe button
if you like this kind of content. Today we will be talking about what you need to start a t-shirt business. Preferably sublimation, because that is how I started out. Alright. So just remember, for those of you that like t-shirts,
we're going to make them for you.
No, we're going to talk about them.
We're going to talk about them.
Alright, so the first thing that I needed when I started out with my t-shirt business was a computer, of course, because you have to get your designs and stuff. So you will need a computer. Yeah. You will also need a Photoshop or something that will allow you to mirror your images for when you're printing them out. I prefer sublimation because I think it's easy over vinyl, because you don't have to weed out or anything like that. You have to make sure that you do cut your paper to the design. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything, but if you don't do that, then you will get some black lines. But as for that, sublimation is the easiest way to go. So alongside needing a computer, I use Photoshop in my computer to flip the design because I think it's just easier that way, and it can also tailor to the different sizes of sublimation paper. So the sublimation paper, which she's going to show you what sublimation paper is.
Yeah.
You gotta go over and get it.
Here?
Well, stuff's on top. So the sublimation paper I use is A-sub paper. I don't normally use the 11 by 17. I normally use an 8 by 14 because it fits most shirts.
Most shirts.
When you use the 11 by 7, you have to be careful of it not being too big for the shirt. But if you like big prints for smaller shirts, 11 by 17 is the way to go. I have the 11 by 17 right now because I've been sublimating on blankets. But the 11 by 17 really does work great for sizes extra large and up. But for small to large, it makes, if you like big images, it's great for that. But if you want an image that fits just right on the shirt, I suggest the 8 by 14. And the A-sub is the way to go. That's the only sublimation paper I have used was the A-sub, and I believe that it works great and it gives great prints. Alright. And guys, if you miss something that I say on here, I will link all the tools and links down below in the descriptions, so that way you can click on them and explore for yourself on these options that I'm giving you for your t-shirt business.
Yeah.
Everything that I'm talking about, I think I started it for like less than $800 my business.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next thing that you're going to need for your business is a printer. So you can get a sublimation printer. People use the sawgrass printer all the time, but me, I didn't have a whole lot of money starting out, so I got this Epson, I think it's 7610. It's like
7610.
Epson Workforce 7610. It's an inkjet printer, and it's like $100 to $200 at Walmart. And I'll also link that down below, but you have to convert it. So my suggestion with getting an Epson inkjet, because it has to be an inkjet to be able to convert over to sublimation ink, my suggestion with the printer is that you get it new and don't use it, because if you get a used one like I did, it will be a pain in the neck to convert it to sublimation. It took me like almost a month to purge all that ink out. But it's possible to. It's just a big mess, and you will have ink everywhere. So my suggestion is to just go get you an inkjet. Epson 7610 is what works for me. I think a lot of people use the 7720. But I will link those down below too, so you can go check them out. And I also put the sawgrass printer down below, so you can check it out as well. But the thing about the Epson Workforce 7610 is that it does print out bigger images. It can do the 8 by 14, the 11 by 17. I'm pretty sure it can do the 13 by 19 because it has a back feeder. I just have not tried that yet. But it has a tray that just expands out, so it's very good for the sublimation, and the prints are phenomenal. But with that being said, the ink that I use, which is another thing that you have to buy for your business, the ink that I use is ColourPop. So you will need your ColourPop ink, or any ink that says it's sublimation ink for an Epson, whatever your model is that you get. So if you get the Eco Tank, you have to make sure that that sublimation goes for the Eco Tank. Usually in the description of when you're buying that sublimation ink, it will say it in the title. It took me a while to figure out what ink worked best for me, and I think the ColourPop is doing real well. It makes all the images pop out. It's just very vibrant.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing that you're going to need for your business is going to be a heat press. Of course, that is, without being said, is a heat press, because you have to have something to press your images on the t-shirt. So I got a 15 by 15 heat press, and it's like $199 on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. But I'll also put that link down below. It works perfect for me. And another thing that I want to let you guys know is that you do not have to go all big if you're just starting. Sit down. All you're doing when you start out, go as cheap as possible, so that way you can get the hang of stuff. That way you can practice. I thought that I was gonna be able to jump into it, but I did not go very expensive, thank goodness, because it took me a lot of practice to get to where I'm at today. And don't expect to get customers right away. I mean, yes, you might get your friends and family and stuff like that, but you're gonna have to really work for your customers. You're gonna have to advertise, tell everybody about it, give out free merchandise, so that way people can see your beautiful designs. You know, do customs for free. Do like 1 or 2 customs for free, so that way they can go show their friends. It's awesome. But anyway, back to where we're at on what else you're gonna need. So the next thing you're gonna need for your t-shirt business is parchment paper.
Yep. This?
Yep.
It has to be clear, guys.
Yes, she is right. I recommend getting the clear parchment paper, because I have noticed in the past that if you get like a brown butcher paper, which you can use butcher paper or parchment paper, whichever one you prefer. I go parchment because it's like $3 and it lasts me a long time. But if you get the brown, okay, put that up, it's making too much noise. If you get the brown parchment paper, and you bleach, just say you do a bleach shirt, it will turn that bleach color brown, and that's not going to be a scorch mark. So peroxide is not going to get that out.
Nope.
And with that being said, your parchment paper, when it starts to yellow, common sense, throw it away, get you a new sheet. But they seem to last for like 5 to 10 presses, for me anyway, and you can get as big or as little as you need because you cut it off. The butcher paper I've not really ever used, because to me I think it's too expensive, because the parchment paper works just the same. Alright, so the next thing that you're gonna need is you're gonna need a place to get your designs from.
Yeah.
Grab your design. So these designs right here, which it says "Don't be a salty witch," that was for my Halloween. Designs like this you can get off of Etsy. That's where I get a lot of mine at. Or if you have Facebook, there's a lot of Facebook groups out there that are selling transfers for people that don't have the printer and you just want to start out with just transfers, like sublimation transfers. There are groups out there like that too. Or there are groups that will sell you the design and you download it to your computer, put it on your Photoshop or whatever program you're using, and printed it off, and then put it on the heat press and put it on your shirt. You okay?
I just yawned.
Alright guys, so if you want another, I'm going to add some bonus things in here for if you want to bleach your shirts.
Yep.
You're going to of course need bleach.
Of course we.
Okay, so we got the Clorox bleach right here, but I normally do not use the Clorox bleach, but I have been comparing it to the dollar store bleach, and the dollar store bleach is like $1 something, and it works just as well as this Clorox bleach, which is $5 compared to $1.96, $5. I think I'll stick with the $1.96 because it works just the same. But going along with the bleach, you will also need a spray bottle.
Yeah, spray bottle.
Sorry, my assistant's trying to help me out today. But with this spray bottle, yes, it says Lysol. No, it is not Lysol. It is an empty bottle that I had after doing that. So the thing about, you know, starting your business, or, you know, these bottles right here, you can always tear the label off and put whatever you needed. But make sure you clean these things out, because you don't want, like, chemical combustion or, you know, science experiment going on there. So I like to save all of these for, like, if I'm using like bleach, or if I'm gonna like reuse it and get like a refillable. But yeah, that's like with my Dawn Mister, as you guys have seen my how to make poly tea spray, which I will link that up here for any of y'all that are interested and learn how to sublimate on 100% cotton. With sublimation, since we are talking about starting a sublimation business, which I'm very excited for everybody that will be starting their business in 2020 or 2021. And like I said, I will link all these down below. Another thing that Maddie has reminded me that I did not say is, yes, you will need peroxide if you are bleaching. If you are bleaching first, before you're sublimating, peroxide will come in handy. Not only will peroxide stop the bleaching process, after you have it as white as you need it, it will also get them pesky scorch marks out of your shirt. Oh, yeah. Well, I forget that too.
Well, you have to get all the hair off of the shirt first.
Yes, she is right. Before, which is now my brain because I forget everything, before you put your prints on, you do want to use this lint brush and make sure that you have it rolled off, because whatever is on that shirt is going to be in your design, and it's going to be the color of your design, and it is going to show horribly, especially if you do the bleaching over the sub. Yes, you will want one of these magic things. They're not very much money. So I say you could probably start this business bleaching all under $1,000. I will put in the description how much it is total, because I didn't really do those calculations this time. But yeah, so down below will be all the links. And Maddie wants to say, what do you want to say, Maddie?
You forgot this.
Before we go. No, we didn't. That's parchment paper.
Hit that notifications bell. See more channels of ours.
Okay, so I think she's a little nervous. She means, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up
button.
And if you want more content like this, hit the subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bells for more
videos.
Thank you guys, and y'all have a good day. I'm Megan.
I'm Maddie.
God bless.
God bless.